So this is the college football recap for October 7th, 2023, week 6. Kentucky, Georgia. I tell you, Kentucky manages to let us down every year, but that's all right. But Georgia, I tell you, it's almost like they pick and choose which games to really just bust out of it. So I don't know what to say. I mean, they look like the number one team in the country. I mean, this season for Georgia looks similar to the last two seasons for them, where they kind of muck it along, and then when you really get them going, the media really gets them going, or some undefeated team shows up and then they go nuts. But then next week they'll play somebody like Citadel and they'll barely be up, or they'll be down 6-3 at the half or something stupid. So I don't know what to say. Kentucky's a basketball school, though. They'll always be a basketball school. I know better than to drink that Kool-Aid. But I mean, it's still amazing what Coach Stoops able to do down there. Michigan pretty much gave it to Minnesota. I guess PJ Fleck must be getting ready for it. I guess he feels like he done did everything he can do up there or something. I don't know. But Michigan hadn't been tested. I tell you, the Big Ten is soft. End of story. The Big Ten is soft. Michigan has not been tested. You know, a lot of the SEC schools have at least been through one sort of decent test to this point. Michigan has not been tested. And then OU surprised me against Texas. I mean, they really surprised me. I mean, they barely won that game, but I honestly was waiting on Brent Venables to freeze up and do something stupid, like I was waiting for it. And it never materialized for me, let me tell you. I do not see OU finishing the season. I see them coming in next week, maybe a big letdown. But I do not see them finishing the season undefeated. I just don't see that with them. And then Ohio State gave it to Maryland. I think USC has been drinking the Paul Feinbaum Kool-Aid, because he told them on national TV they are not going to play for the national championship, and I'm telling you, that is hilarious to me. I'm telling you, you cannot listen to these people. You have to keep your kids from drinking the Kool-Aid. And it showed against Arizona in 3 overtimes. And they barely beat them by 2 points. Like, what are we doing? And then Notre Dame has been waiting for someone to mercifully put them out of their misery, and it's amazing. But I tell you what's even more amazing is the fact that how is Jeff Brom not able to do that up at Purdue, but he gets down there at Louisville and he gets some of them brothers, some of that Louisville talent, some of that talent that normally, that he know he can't get that kind of talent at Purdue. End of story. He cannot get that kind of talent at Purdue with Mitch Daniels up there as the president. And that football team is going to continue to struggle. And then they went out and got a black head coach, so they can blame it all on him. But Notre Dame has been mercifully waiting for someone to put them out of their misery, and finally somebody did it. And then Alabama beats A&M. Milroe did not seem to do a whole bunch of running around this time. It's almost like they forced him, like either the coaches or somebody forced him to stay in the pocket and make plays today. So I think they were sort of waiting to get in big trouble before they run him up through there. In my opinion, the physical style that they have him playing, it's going to be very difficult for him to finish the season healthy. And even if he does, if he gets drafted, I mean, he's you're getting a guy that's been used up till they can't use him no more. So, but you could see them try to stay in the pocket with him yesterday a lot. I was all over that game. Ole Miss gets past Arkansas, and I tell you, Sam Pittman, he's everybody's gentleman, and people cannot wait to fire him. And nice guys finish last, especially in the SEC. That's just the way it is. But I don't see how Ole Miss can run the gauntlet, because their schedule is just, you're asking a lot of those kids to finish the season with just one loss. I don't see them doing that, but the more they win, the more interesting it gets. And I think I drank the Miami Kool-Aid because they lost to Georgia Tech, the Rambling Wreck. And I don't know what to say about it. One loss like that for the U puts them right back in the conversation of like not being in nobody's conversation, really. And then LSU gets past Missouri. That was a good game. I was all over it. I take it, Missouri, that kid Cody for Missouri, that's what they need to call him, Kid Cody. That boy is something else. But the LSU defense is a sieve. It's a sieve. Like my grandma could come rolling up through there talking trash. It's a sieve. All you gotta do is outscore them. Clemson got past Wake Forest by 5 points. And it's funny because until such time as Dabo Swinney gets another Taj Boyd or gets another Deshaun Watson, or gets an athletic quarterback in there that can play, quit trying to make Joe Montana out of these kids. It's over. I was all over that Colorado game with ASU. I tell you, Colorado is such a young team, but with a lot of talent. But I'm telling you, they like to play around. They like to play with you for 3 quarters before they start getting serious about playing some football. And good teams can see that and exploit that. If they know all they got to play is tough for 3 quarters offensively. But hopefully Colorado can finish the season. They got Stanford, looks like, coming up on, I think either Thursday or Friday night. But they got Stanford coming up at home. Get some of that home cooking. And I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully they can finish the season out, because the little 2-game stretch they had with Oregon and USC, that crap's over with. So hopefully they can finish the season. I think the one thing will be attrition with them and fatigue, because it's a young team. So if they could just finish out the season, that would be awesome. And then with 2 losses, that'll definitely get you in it should get them in a New Year's Bowl. It might not get them in the playoffs, but it'll get them in a New Year's Bowl. And, I think they deserve it. They can finish with 2 losses.